Hello everyone, Triple G here. It is about late September year 2018. All right, so I have some issues with my arms, right? Where I can't really practice. And God only knows I need practice. So what I thought I would do, back in 2011 or so, I did collection of videos. I think at the time I did 3 videos that were basically my guitar collection video. I had a single cut video, double cut video, and whatever else shape video that basically showed all the guitars in collection at the time. And those are actually my, that they're consistently the most viewed videos of my YouTube channel here. What I thought I would do, since then, like what, 6-7 years have gone by, and majority of my guitars have changed in that collection for one reason or another. Mostly I've sold some and I got some, and so there are a whole bunch of new stuff, and a lot of guitars haven't even shown up in my guitar chat video for whatever reason. So I thought I would bust out the collection and do some collection videos. And what I am gonna do, and I haven't counted my kids' guitars. And by the way, you would think, there's over 70, 80 guitars in the house. You'd think they would pick up guitars, but nah, they didn't. So I'm actually gonna sell the little tiny guitars that my kids have. And my kids have grown up. They're now 18 and 16, so they, the little guitars don't fit them anymore. So what I am gonna do, so this time I'm gonna break down the guitars into different categories. I'm gonna break them down to shredderific guitars. So these would be like a shredder guitars. Don't get that twisted. I don't shred. And then second grouping will be metal AF. So these are the guitars that are just screaming metal. And then there will be single cut collection. And then there will be double cut collection. Then I'm gonna do specialty guitars and then acoustic guitars, right? Yeah, so those will be the groupings. Like the specialty and acoustic may be combined into one video as we go, because I don't think there's enough for me to do dedicated video. And as I just said, there's 70 or 80 guitars, so it is impossible for me to lay them all out in one place, in one setting, in one spot, because 1, I don't have space big enough. 2, I don't have enough guitar stands for me to display all the guitars at once. So it's easier if I just group them together. So those of you who've seen my original guitar collection videos, you may see some show up again which were in my collection before, and yet there will be plenty new stuff for you to see. So this may be an interesting collection of videos. And it is completely unreasonable and unfathomable to think why a man needs 70, 80 guitars. I don't need them. I just love them. I don't know why, but especially with the resurgence of YouTube and all the guitar guys on there, at some point the whole thing became the genre of guitar thing became more or less a competition. It almost feels like everybody wants to one up each other. So a lot of guys do clickbait you with the funny looking faces, doing God knows what, and very sensational video title just to clickbait you and stuff. I just want to show you what I got, because my passion for the instrument and my passion for music isn't any less than other people. The whole subgenre of guitar on YouTube became, a competition where who can shred better, who can, play better. What's the definition of better? Is Yngwie better than anybody else because he can hit more notes per second? That's not necessarily true, right? And, I also went back to think why I've become this way. And, a lot of questions I get on my channel also is, what do you do for a living? What's the deal? My living has nothing to do with my gear collection. I'm in technology field. I have nothing to do with music trading, instrument trading, where I get good deals or anything like that. That's not what it is. And going back, I think about my youth, in Korea. I came to America when I was 16, and majority of my youth, I lived very poor because my family was poor. And by no means I'm rich now. I do struggle time to time because I freelance. And, growing up poor, growing up without things, I guess through my development as a person, subliminally I felt a need to fulfill, materialistic void, maybe. Maybe I'm getting a little too deep. Guitars were something I gravitated towards, metal and music, something I gravitated even when I was really young. So that's where I find, this is my vice. I find myself happy when I'm just messing around on guitars and, whatever. So that's, how I got here. Does anybody need 70, 80 guitars? No. I mean, professional musicians don't own this many. I trip over my guitars. I mean, look at back here. I mean, normally my backdrop on my video, you see my wall of tone where I'm sitting in front of my amps. But here, this is where all my 70, 80 guitars are. And it's just ridiculous. I mean, it has taken over my fine dining room. My wife is not very happy about it. So there's a lot here. My thing with YouTube channel was that I wanted to share with you what I have and things that I go through. And I'll tell you what, when I was younger, when I didn't know shit about guitars, and this is, it's not like I really studied up guitar when I was young. So what happened was, I would have questions. Why does this Jackson cost $1,700 and this other Jackson is only $350? Yeah, I could understand there may have been some differences between the two, but this is before internet. So, I couldn't really ask anyone because you would find often, how snobbish guitar guys are, and, they don't really share with you in, genuinely. And often you go to, let's say you're at a guitar center and you ask questions, either you're gonna find a very dweeby sales guy that really either doesn't know, or real pompous asshole that just gonna turn up his nose at you and not really answer you. And that's why I kind of started this, because I wanted to share with you my trial and tribulations of how the process of acquiring guitars and why I got certain things. And as you will see in my collection, I don't have one-off guitars or 52 Telecasters or Les Paul from 1959, or a guitar that was once owned and played by Randy Rhoads, or anything like that. A lot of the guitars, most of the guitars that I own, you can easily order online or at a store. Okay, maybe some might be discontinued, so they may be a little bit harder to get, but this is very, quantity-wise, it's overwhelming, but this is very modest collection of one man, and I have no other place where I spend money. I don't go out and buy expensive cars. I don't go buy lavishing jewelry for my wife, or anything weird, stupid. This is where my disposable income goes. So with that, this is the introduction video to kind of lay down the foundation for a new series that I am starting called Chronicle of a Serial Guitar Buyer. Yes, I jacked that from the book title. So the first 4 or 5 videos will be about the guitar collection, and then I'm gonna continue the series as, again, chronicling chronicling me, that is the serial guitar buyer. Things that I've learned over the years. Again, not how I'm playing, nothing like that. Things that I would like to share with you. If you're new to craft of guitar, if you're new to this whole thing, if you're 11 years old, great. If you are 40-year-old that's just picking up the guitar but got whole lot of questions, but you have nowhere else to ask. Love to answer. So, you know, this is going to be a great series, I think. One, those of you who have been watching me, you don't need to suffer through the atrocious playing, which is my playing. So there will be mainly nothing of that nature will be involved. Just wanted to share my gear, share my knowledge, and things like that. So that is going to be this series. Again, Chronicle of Serial Guitar Buyer. The first episode, starting with the Shredder collection, will debut this coming Friday, which is September 21st, 2018. And after that, maybe every other 3 days, I'll release the next collection, taking you through my guitar collection. And who knows, by the end of the final collection video, another guitar may show up, updating the collection, whatever. So that's what this is. So today's video was to introduce you to the coming series, coming episodes, and I would hate to have you miss it. So if all this sounds great to you, hit the subscribe button, especially that little bell icon next to it so that you get notified when I upload a new video. That's it for today. I hope to see you again coming this Friday, right? All right, so I've been Triple G. You've been awesome. Be good humans.